Other than increase and decrease, another characteristic of a graph that is often looked at is whether or not the graph has, what kind of concavity it has to the graph. And concavity is talking about how a graph is curving. Does it have a curvature up or does it have a curvature down? Since you can be increasing or decreasing, you can be concave up two ways. Concave up where you're increasing, concave up where you're decreasing, and you can be concave down where you're increasing and concave down where you are decreasing. Um, One way that I like to describe a way to figure out if you are concave up or concave down would be to think cup up, frown down. Can you hold water? See, if you imagine kind of concavity up with this picture that I have over here, if I can hold water, if I would pour water in that, it would be able to hold it. Cup up, it's holding water. If you cannot hold water and it's going and has a curve in the downward motion, that's more like a frown. That would be frown down. So if I were to take a look at the picture that I have right here, it's actually the same picture that's on the increase-decrease graph. If you take a look at the curvature along here, the entire left-hand point of the graph has a curvature down. So during that region right there, we consider the graph to be concave down. I'm going to write the interval kind of just like a domain where I'm going from negative infinity up until that point in time that I switch. We're going to talk about that point in a second, but right in point in the time where I'm going to switch, this case is going to be 0. We're not going to bracket at that 0. You cannot at a point be both up or down, so it cannot be included in anything. If we take a look at the second part of the graph, now we have kind of a curvature up. Looks like a smile. This looks like a frown. This looks like a smile. When you're frown, you're down. When you're happy, you're smiling. So the interval in which we are concave up is going to be picking up at that 0 and going to infinity. This point in the middle has a special name to it. It is called the inflection point, and it is the point where concavity changes. This is something that is discussed in calculus. Calculus can actually figure out where that point happens if it's not given to you like it was in this picture.